If you have been a Christian for more than 15 minutes, then there's a pretty good chance that you've heard it said that the thief on the cross is proof and evidence that salvation is by faith alone, that there is nothing for us to do. Works are not required. In fact, water baptism is not required because the thief was not water baptized. But those people making these claims have no proof to back this up. It's possible that the thief had been water baptized prior to being nailed to the cross. It's possible that he did all kinds of good works prior to being crucified. We don't know that he wasn't a believer prior to being nailed to that cross, just as Christ was. So there's a lot of things we don't know about the thief, but many Christians want to make assumptions. But let's play along with this. Let's assume that this is the case, that the thief had never been water baptized and that he didn't do any good works prior to being nailed to the cross. Does this mean then that we don't have to be water baptized? Well, of course not. There's a very big difference between not being able to do something and refusing or choosing not to do something. A very big difference between the two. Now, when it comes to works, I would like to put to you that the thief on the cross, when he repented, when he confessed Christ as his Lord, when he rebuked the other thief, this was him doing good works. I tell you, faith is a gift from Yahweh, and the revelation of who Christ is a gift from Yahweh. And it is what we do with these two gifts that will determine if we are counted among the sheep or among the goats come judgment day. And that thief on the cross, by rebuking the other thief and by declaring Christ as Lord, what it shows is that he did more good works in the few hours that he hung on the cross than what many Christians will do in their entire Christian walk. So this notion that because the thief was not water baptized and didn't have an opportunity to do good works, well, this somehow then means that we don't have to do those things. It's an absolute lie. There are many wicked, evil shepherds preaching from behind the pulpit that all you have to do is say a sinner's prayer, and from that point on, you are guaranteed your place in heaven. Well, that's not the case. And the thief on the cross is not evidence of it being the case. My brothers and sisters, if you are truly a member of the elect, then you know that what I'm saying is the truth. You know that salvation is by faith and works. It's what we do with our faith. It's what we do with the revelation of who Christ is that determines if we are saved or not. And if we choose to do nothing with that gift, if we choose to be the warm Christian that Christ speaks about in Revelation that he says he will spew out, if we choose to be those Christians who call him Lord and do miracles in his name, and who heal people in his name, but who also live wicked lives, then we will be among those that he will say, "Get away from me, you worker of iniquity." It won't matter what you preach, how much you preach. It won't matter how much faith you have. If you are given faith and you do nothing with it, or worse, if you are given the faith and the gift of the revelation of who Christ is, and you choose to continue to live in sin, continue to live as the world, then the condemnation and the punishment is going to be greater for you than the person who outright rejects Christ. You best not believe that there's nothing for you to do. You best not believe that salvation is easy and a very wide path that many people are going to walk. Christ tells us it's narrow and difficult and that few find it, and there's a very good reason for it. It's because of the multitude of evil, wicked shepherds who are spreading the lies of some form of easy believism. The thief does not represent someone who only had faith. If only more Christians were like that thief on the cross and did the kinds of works that he did in such a short period of time. All right, as always, I look forward to your comments and messages. Till next time, peace and blessings.